Alright, don't know where to put this. Yeah, I guess. Are we doing investigation again? It looks like it. SS Grouse again. Yeah, and then we'll go back into car after this. The unexpected halting of proceedings sent a clamour around the car room. But outside the Bailey, where Londoners knew nothing of the secret trial within, it was the typical still night. Then, at a little past 8 o'clock that evening, Mr. Soames and his partner returned to Baker Street. Oh damn, we got a roast here. Soames's Suite. You have returned, my dear fellows. Welcome back to Britain, and thank you for your timely help. Take nothing of it. I believe you had an even more worrying day than Micatoban and I know. You can say that. We were on the brink of defeat in court earlier. This prosecutor, Asogi, had you on the ropes, did he? He's your best friend, you say? Well, he's not really the man I knew in Japan anymore. Kazuma's changed. Oh, Miss Naohodo. I mean, it's incredible. To think that he even entertained the idea of acting as the Reaper's assassin. But nevertheless, you must introduce me. After all, I've only met the young man as a corpse. When all this started, almost a year ago now. Mr. Soames still hasn't told us the truth about what really happened back then. About the motivation for what he himself described as a great detective's lie. Now then, I must say, it's really quite a journey all the way to France. Well, it is another country, Mrs. Soames. So, what news of Judge Jigoku? Took him to Scotland Yard. The investigation detectives there have a lot of questions for the man. Oh, Professor Mikotoba. This must be quite a shock for him. Ah, yes. I picked this up at the telegraph office on our way home. What is it? Sure you haven't forgotten already. I put upon you for the matter only yesterday. Put upon me, Sholmes? I had to fill out your telegram to Japan and foot the bill as well. Oh, you have a reply already? Let me take a drink. That's some good ass water. Roast beef, kipper, stew, steak, and kidney pie. Yorkshire pudding? Wait, well, hold on a second. That was a weird sentence. Roast beef, kipper, stew, steak, and kidney pie. Yorkshire pudding. Tomorrow could be a very long day, so eat them. That's a bit weird. Why didn't he say that Yorkshire pudding? Yeah, it's weird. Unless, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I'm sorry, Harley. Is it? Why not? Are we... What has happened? In that case, I'll see myself here. This place appears to be the only one set with a helping of pheasant as well. Oh, not there. Why ever not? Are we in set places this evening? Yeah. In that place, it's for Susie's daddy. For me? That's right. I mean, especially for you, Professor Mickey. Mickey. I see. Well, that's terribly kind of you. Mickey. Yo, Mickey. It's a shame, really. What do you mean? Well, for a brief moment, I believed it. That Susie and I were half-sisters, I mean, oh. Iris, do you mean... Yes, I know now. I overheard yesterday. I secretly listened to the conversation you had after I tricked you all into thinking I left. What? What? Those fell. Misunderstanding arose because of that autopsy report from 10 years ago. But actually, it turned out that neither Dr. Wilson nor Professor Mictoba are Iris' father. Oh, here we go. So, who is she? Yes, about that, Iris. So we're never gonna find out. You know, I know, you can't tell me at the moment. Maybe it's Shlom's daughter. That'll be wild. I don't think Shlom's ever had a daughter. The pheasant is by way of apology. I'm sorry for eavesdropping. Oh, no, no, no. That's quite alright. Why don't I get any apologetic pheasant? Why don't I have the pheasant? So, just who is Iris's father? I suppose that's not something we'll be finding out today. Till then, let us dine while our legendary pheasant-less plates are still piping hot. Fine idea, Shlomes. This all looks absolutely delicious. As much as you like, there are always seconds. This could be our last chance to ask questions before tomorrow's trial. About the telegram from Japan and about Kazuma. Alright, so it's going to be like a short investigation period here. Before we get... I don't think we're going to finish it this session. Wait, what is Shlomes doing here? Mr. Shlomes? What are you doing? Surely it's abundantly clear. I wasn't brooding over Mikotoba's refusal to share his pheasant with me. Nevertheless, I felt the need to withdraw from the social circle for a while and look on with hungry eyes. Sorry, Hurley, but I cooked that pheasant especially for Susie's daddy. Even though I've played the role of father to you for far longer. Mr. Shlomes, could I discuss some things with you? Certainly, my dear fellow. I find myself quite in the mood for a spell of conversation. No doubt, you're hungry to learn more of my deep love of game. You should probably contain my curiosity on that one. You need to look at me in that fashion. What fashion? It seems that before we discuss the pheasant, we have some rather unpheasant matters to discuss. Hey. Alright, telegram from Japan. So, who is in the telegram you received back from Japan then? Ah, this. I thank my lucky stars arrived in time. Record found as indicate. Duplicate follows. K. Asogi, A. Shin, T. Gregson, J. Wilson. What? Those 4 names. We've come across that exact same list before. It came up in that unforgettable case last spring. Did it? I don't remember. What appeared to be a simple case of aggravated murder turned out to be a masking monumental intrigue. A plot that involved the sale of British government secrets to foreign states. And opposing the... Oh, right. I don't remember. Is this the 5th case? Last? K. Sogi, A. Shin, T. Gregson, J. Wilson. I don't remember. We didn't find out until the case was over, and we never got the bottom of what they meant. All we knew was that the information had been sent by somebody in the British government to somebody in Japan. So, why are the names coming up again now? Yes. Where did the sender of the telegram discover them, Mr. Shlomes? I have here the message I had wired yesterday. Allow me to read to you. Enter Judge Jiyoku's office undetected and investigate telegram records. Inspector find communication from Britain dated 1 year ago. List the 4 names. Need by tomorrow. Naruhodo. I sent to the detective I know who specializes in clandestine missions of this. I think I said that wrong. Candlestein? You asked Inspector Hosanaga to undertake such an onerous task for you. And in my name. I wonder what guys he opted for this time. My dear fathers, it was a matter of great urgency, you understand? Anyway, the list of names was found in Seishiro's office as Shlomes predicted. So you mean that mysterious collection of names that was sent from Britain to Japan was... It was sent to Judge Jigoku. He was the intended recipient. I don't believe it. But that doesn't answer the question of what the list of names actually what am I saying? Signifies. Signifies? Signifies. I did formulate a hypothesis about that. Without a shred of evidence, I couldn't possibly have shared it. Mr. Shlomes looks deadly serious for once. Ah, yeah, he does. Kazuma's death. That tragedy we had to go through on the SS Spirit. Wait, let me examine this. Telegram. Mr. Naga. Alright. Oh wait, I have the other stuff now. You see this little thing all over the place, don't you? It's part of the top of the pocket watch that you twist to set the time, isn't it? It's called the crown, I believe. A watch would be quite useless without one. Is that what it's called? A crown? Wow, I did not know that on top of the pocket watch. I thought it was just, I mean, I just called it the, you know, the thing to adjust the time. Crown. But it covers it, right? You know, I had a pocket watch. I don't know where the pocket watch went. Following departure from Port of Dunkirk, all crew members are required to assemble on the main deck at 10 p.m. in order to review evacuation procedures. The drill will take 10 minutes. Alright, that's evidence. Yeah, yeah, this? What do you think, Mrs. Anno? I feel sure I exactly know what will fit here. Really? I was thinking precisely the same thing. We're about to see that little round component. It's actually part of the Inspector's broken pocket watch. Really? I was just thinking precisely that too. Alright, yeah, here we go. Yeah, let's get that evidence through. Let's get all the evidence coming through. It's perfectly fit. Oh, it's a perfect fit. Right, perhaps you knew it. I'll make note of this new information I was. Thank you, thank you. What else? To investigate Asogi's, yeah, Asogi's, son? Kuruma? Can we unsheath it? Thank you. Grey blade. Such a thing of beauty. I want to gaze it for hours. Yep. Tip of the great sword. Broken. It's such a shame. It's been so meticulously cared for over the years. I can almost hear Kuruma sobs. Kazuma must have really taken a swing for that to happen. Alright, then to the box. Can't find anything out of place. Unlock it, please. And then into the... Damn it. We're not gonna examine the fucking... Yeah, there we go. This is how it was broken. Kuruma's salesmanship is second to none. Can't believe he misjudged it like that. Clearly he wasn't in his right mind. He didn't have full control of the power in his stroke. Too distracted by malicious thoughts, perhaps. Well, that wouldn't be surprising. After all, he was on an assassination mission. How about the blood? We already checked that. Alright, I think we're done with investigating. That tragedy we had to go through on the SS Bureau. It was all for nothing. Kazuma wasn't dead at all. We were completely taken in by the lie you told us. Your great detective's lie. I took no pleasure in deceiving you. However, at the time, all that concerned me was prevent the young man's study tour from taking place wherever the cost. What? I capitalized on the events that transpired to see that he was sent back to Japan. His remains, you mean? Precisely, Mrs. Zato. That was pretty quick, sorry. Suzato. Then I made sure that somebody else was sent to Britain in his stead. I was gonna say stead? Steed. Stead. I don't know. The arrangement between our countries was already in place. I think, I don't know, steed, stead, same thing. One university student lawyer and one judicial assistant to be accommodated on a student tour. Or study tour. In other words, by arranging for someone else to fill the place originally intended for Mr. Asogi. Do I need to take another drink? My arm's like, for some reason, aching. It was all in aid of stopping Kazuma coming to Britain, then why would you... Think back, Mr. Naohado. Was there not somebody who quite quietly urged you to continue on the voyage to England? Yeah, it was, what? Terms of the study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. In the light of Mr. Sogi's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead. My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know. All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue, surely. But there's no one else with the necessary qualifications, Mr. Jones. We know of no other lawyer. The voyage to London still promised a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourself another suitable lawyer. Well, he pushed it. So, you manipulated me. I often remark on the extraordinary lengths to which friendship will drive a man. I was quite sure that you would rise to the challenge for your late friend. I don't believe it. But if it was all contrived, I mean, what happened was treated by the authorities as murder. The woman was mistakenly arrested as the perpetrator. What do you suppose became of her? Naturally, I didn't allow the misapprehension to have any serious repercussions. I subsequently explained everything and assisted the unfortunate soul in finding the foreign refuge she sought. I seem to remember Mrs. Arrow and I had some rather strong words for her. Well, she was certainly not devoid of all guilt. She deserved every word, I'm sure. I wonder if she made it to America then. Wait, I don't get it though. What was this whole thing though? Let's go up again. It was all in the aid. Alright. Okay, so let's see. I took no pleasure in deceiving you. However, at the time, all that concerned me was preventing the young man's study tour from taking place, whatever the cost. I capitalized on the events that transpired to see that he was sent back to Japan. His remains, yeah, precisely. And then I made sure somebody was sent to Britain in his stead. Yeah, two countries was already in place. Yeah. I would successfully prevent the man from arriving on our shores for several years at least. He just like disappeared, right? Yeah, but okay, why though? What? Okay, wait, but why did he? Why though? Why? Yeah, I don't get it. Or is he just trying to say, oh, I put Kazuma, you know, in Japan, send you over there, so this thing wouldn't even happen in the first place? I don't know. I'm a bit confused. Maybe someday talk to me on that one. Why would you go such lengths, Mr. Holmes? Alright, never mind. They're gonna say it right here. Why were you so ho about it? The truth is, 12 months ago, there was already a very tangible omen of impending tragedy, you see. Oh. An omen that, at this very moment in time, is close at hand. An omen of all these tragic events that already existed a year ago. Close at hand? We need to find out exactly what Mr. Sholmes knows. Alright, here we go. Oh, no, never mind. What? Wait, what? Oh, do I have to send him? We're looking for something that happened 12 months ago. I'm so confused now. What's happened? Can't believe I soft locked the game. Anyone here? I can look at the pheasant. He's clearly still in mourning over the pheasant at the moment. I still don't know what it is, though. It's telegram, maybe? Oh, yeah, it might be the telegram, actually. Because that was something that was a year ago. There was no room for doubt with your instructions in this telegram, Mr. Sholmes. You're very clear that it was Judge Goku's office that should be searched, so... You obviously knew that's where the list of names would be found. That's true, yes. But at the time, you were unaware of the background. You see, those 4 names were wired to Japan. Across 6 months before that, approximately this time last year, in fact, when you were both still in Japan. It really would be hypocrisy on my part to reprove others from intercepting state secrets. Because after all, I'm perpetually eavesdropping on communications between the British and Japanese governments. You're perpetually doing what? How? Never mind the details, but you should know. No secret is safe from Herlock Sholmes. When he has designs on knowing it all. On knowing it. Oh my, Mr. Sholmes. What a fabulous line. Now, 1 month after the list of 4 names were wired to the recipient, Jugoku in Japan, Dr. John H. Wilson was murdered. As soon as I learned of that incident, a hypothesis rapidly took shape in my mind. As it turns out, I was partly correct and partly mistaken. Nevertheless, it was the beginning of all the tragic events that were to follow. Mr. Sholmes, please tell us what you know. Tell us about these 4 names in the treasury, to which they are somehow connected. Alright, here we go. As I said, when I learned of Dr. Wilson's murder in Japan, my mind immediately turned to those 4 names because, you see, there was someone else on the list who I believe to be recently deceased. Deceased? Shin, as it was described in Japanese script, in actual fact, Miss Assassin. She was a professional killer, well known among London's unsavory class. Shin. Yeah, but why her name's like two N's? But she had completely vanished from existence several months before Wilson's murder. So I came to the logical conclusion that she had herself been killed. And accordingly, I became fearful for the lives of the remaining 2 persons on the list. Keisugi and T. Gregson. Owning to our proximity, I decided to admit owing? That's not owning, right? Owning. I decided to take measures to attack Gregson myself. I determined it would be safe, this, if younger Sogi would just stay away from Britain. That's why you went to such lengths to prevent his study tour from going ahead. Exactly. So you already knew who Kazuma-sama was, Mr. Sholmes. Oh yeah, Sholmes and I have exchanged correspondence for years. I recounted many tales about Sogi to him in my letters, and news of Dr. Wilson's death, of course. So, Dr. Wilson is dead then? I didn't know. Oh, Iris. I knew he wasn't my daddy, but still. That's very sad. So sorry, Iris. We knew the significance of the name, obviously, but we just couldn't bring ourselves to tell you. No. What are you told us, Mr. Sholmes? Just to completely tie in with the facts, there's one big hole in your hypothesis. The big hole, Miss Naoda? Yes. You mean about Assassin, I presume? Oh, of course. Exactly. She wasn't killed, was she? She was in Japan, posing as a visiting student under the assumed name of Jezebel Bread. It's not even Jezebel, it's Jezeel. I just called it Jezebel. Jezeel Bread. Jezeel, probably. 2 days ago in the foyer of the Great Waterloo Hotel. Now, upon hearing that startling revelation, a hypothesis that I formed surrounding those 4 names. It's completely turned topsy. What? Topsy? Alright, topsy hypothesis. What do you mean when you say your hypothesis was topsy, Mr. Shalom? I believe all 4 names on the list to be names of victims. However, I was mistaken. Very much so. Assassin was the killer. So this telegram is a list of both victims and killers, is it? Indeed. And it would seem that Miss Machine was dispatched from Britain with the sole intention of dispatching Dr. Wilson. Her visiting student's status being merely a front. Ah. Which would, of course, explain why no motive could be determined for her actions. So the real reason Dr. Wilson was killed by Assassin is because he was the target of an assassination. And forearmed with that knowledge, fresh consideration of this telegram. Alright, puts the list in a very distant perspective. Oh, it's going from top to bottom, that's why. Well, does it not strike you? There's another among the 4 who subsequently became a visiting student. Wait, you mean? Of course. A name you only know too well. I don't know. You mean Kazuma? Alright, I go. Oh! He did say in COD earlier today. Yes, on the 31st of October, I accompanied Inspector Gregson to Dunkirk. Yeah, it seems like Kazuma killed him. Like, he tried to kill him, probably. The assassination of the Mark. Young Mr. Sogi accepted the mission a year now. Wow, surely not. In conclusion, this document is a contract of sorts. An international agreement, one might say. Detailing an assassin exchange. An assassin exchange? How could Kazuma possibly have gotten involved in something like that? Yeah, how did he? Let's assume that we have 2 parties, each wishing to dispose of a distinct individual. Those 2 parties then make a contract to swap their respective assassination targets. That would then be an assassination exchange. So, to begin with, the British assassin is dispatched as a visiting student to Japan, where she kills the target. And then, the Japanese assassin is dispatched as a visiting student in Britain, or to Britain, in order to eliminate his target. It certainly does sound like an exchange. But, what on earth is the point? Don't forget now, Hodor, that the British assassin at least escaped conviction. Oh, thanks to the diplomatic immunity afforded by consular jurisdiction. Ah, yes. Such jurisdiction should be null and void under the terms of the new treaty between our 2 countries. So the fact that it brought into play suggests intervention at the very highest levels. Very highest levels? These murders were 2 sides of the same coin, linked not by a common motive but a contractual agreement. As such, they appeared utterly unrelated. Yet, in truth, the assassins were complicit in one single devilish scheme. That disassociation and the safeguard of diplomatic immunity were, I believe, the motivation behind this plot. But wait a minute, Shlomes. This telegram really is describing the exchange of assassins as you're suggesting. You would mean that the Japanese killer was never Seishiro Jigoku at all. Sorry if you heard me hiccup there. Or burp. It would mean that Sogi's target was actually Inspector Gregson. What? Kazuma was here for Gregson. So Jigoku wasn't actually the mark. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Yeah, from that point, yeah. I hold myself personally responsible for failing to keep the inspector safe. Mr. Shlomes. I told him of my fears and implored him to seek a transfer to an overseas position. Obviously, with a young pickpocket in tow. Yes, Gina. Come to think of it, Inspector Gregson did mention that to us at the great exhibition. That he'll be transferring to the Paris police and taking Gina with him. Can't believe it. Is he part of the Reapers stuff then? But without informing me, he engaged in one last assignment, it seems. And sadly, it turned out to be his very last. It's too much to take in. That sucks. That sucks. Alright everyone, that's quite enough of all that serious talk for one day. Yeah, isn't it early? I mean, look at the time. Oh yeah, quite right, Iris. We must conclude our preparations for today. What preparations? War preparations. How is my, like, microphone dirty? Like the stand, even though I don't touch it. I don't touch, like, half the stuff. What's happened here? It's a bit sad, though. I mean, I like the idea of having Susie being my big sister. I'm so sorry. Come on, just adopt her. Adopt Iris. Someone adopt her. I know, Iris. I was thinking quite the same thing. Will you now? If somebody like me would be worthy, I would be delighted to become your sister. What? Really? Oh, yes, without question. So, you'll teach me all the ways you know to throw Runo to the floor? Yes, yes, of course. It would be my pleasure. You didn't have to agree so quite readily? Quite so readily. But wait a minute. If Susie's going to be my big sister, you could be my big brother if you want to, you know? Huh? I mean, yes, of course. If you have me, I'll gladly be your brother. Well done, Iris. We must always be mindful of feelings. I've raised you so well. Oh. Because being sensitive is your strong suit, naturally. Is this over? Probably is another good time to cut the pan. Right, I'm going to work extra hard for tomorrow now. Because it's for my big brother and sister. What's all this talk about preparing for tomorrow? Preparing for what? Hehe. You just have to wait and see. Oh. Good luck in court tomorrow. I'm expecting a sterling performance. I'll do my very best, of course. A sterling performance. So, the overnight break in the trial's proceedings became a crucial turning point. Exposing new truths while posing new conundrums. That list of 4 names on the telegram in Judge Jigoku's office. And the extraordinary assassination plot, in which my best friend had somehow become involved. I feel as though... Oops, sorry, I hit the mic. I've been plunged into an even greater darkness all of a sudden. At the same time, I felt sure I would see light again soon. I think that's it, yeah. We might finish this if I could do it in 1 hour, but I don't think so. Because I was lucky enough to have the most wonderful family in the world standing steadfastly behind me. That's pretty cool. I see Mikotoba as my father. I see Shalobs as my father. To be continued. Alright, good time to call off again.